up?
What's up? What's up?
Hello.
We back. Another episode of the Fire Session Podcast. Y'all already know I got my guy with me, my fam, Benji Banks, the man, the brand. What's good, Benji?
In there like swimwear, as they say.
Already. And you know we got somebody special rocking with us. We got Miss Crystal Franklin of the Inherited Beauty Company,
Yes.
LLC.
All
She
right.
is the owner. We got her here today.
Let's
And
talk
let me
about some weaves.
Yeah, well, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but let me start out by saying this is authentic. This is as transparent as we can be, y'all. We didn't have her as a guest listed as of last week, right? So let me tell you how this went. I was actually on my timeline, and somebody on my timeline shared her business link and her business page, and I saw it, and it spoke to me. It said, you know what? She's interesting. You need to interview her. So
Right.
we pushed what we were gonna do back, and I called Benji and I said, Benji, we got an interesting interview. Let me see if I can get her to come on so we can talk about her business. And lo and behold, she worked with us. And look who we got today. We got her here today. So we're gonna jump right in and learn about Miss Crystal Franklin and her business.
You
But
gotta promote the sisters. Gotta promote. Gotta
I
put the
appreciate
sisters on.
that. I
But
didn't know
first-
that was how that happened. So I thank you for making room for me.
yeah.
Got
So
your back.
first of all, we just want to get a chance to kind of, see who you are as a person. So kind of tell us about your background, where you're from, your upbringing, that type of thing.
Yes. So I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. Go Chiefs.
Oh,
Struggling this year.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we're not gonna let you
Wait,
skate.
hold up.
We're not gonna let you skate. I'm gonna let you go first, Ken, because
Be
I'm
careful.
No. I'm finna throw it to Benji because Benji seems to have an issue with your squad. So go ahead, Benji.
okay. First
ahead.
off, teams who lose the Super Bowl don't generally make the playoffs the next year, right? So
Okay.
I've been predicting this the entire time. So since you're a Kansas City fan, I know you're gonna say they're gonna make the playoffs, but be real. They look bad this year, don't they?
I mean, I gotta keep it real. It's a struggle, emotional roller coaster for sure. But we always gotta have faith. You Cowboys fans.
Don't get me to talking about Cowboy fans.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
We're gonna be on that.
Cowboys fan, so I have no issues. He is not a Cowboys fan.
See, if y'all can stay as prideful every season, I think the Chiefs are all right.
Listen,
we're gonna be all right.
To me, if you're from a place and you're proud of your team, your hometown team, I have no qualms, no issues with that whatsoever. My problem is people who are not from places, like all of these people who have claimed to be Patriots fans for all these years. I mean, you ain't never been to Foxborough a day in your life. But
Yeah,
you're
that's
a
the problem.
Patriots fan.
Right.
You've never been to Massachusetts at all in your life, but you're a fan of this franchise. So I have no problem with it. And I happen to think, with every franchise, you have your highs and your lows. The Chiefs will be fine. This season, not sure. But as a franchise, they got a lot of talent. They'll be fine moving forward. So
they'll be good. So that
they look bad.
At the hometown love, they do, but we got that dub this week, so we all right. We all right. But,
all right. So proceed.
Yes,
nice little transition over into that. Sorry you had to hear that coming from me about
it's
your
okay.
team.
It's all right.
You see, you were realist. You knew they sucked this year, so it's all right.
All right, I'm from Kansas City, and I've been in Dallas for about 8 years now, so it's technically home. But I always got love for my city. But I worked in corporate America, worked in retail, pretty much the last 8 years of my life. So since I've been in Dallas, I've been in retail, and I worked for in a corporate office. So wrote a business plan, sitting in my little 9-to-5, sitting in my cubicle, wrote my business plan. And, I was thinking about opening up a beauty supply store because there's a major need for it. Yeah. It's a huge industry and we don't get much, if any, profit from it. The money leaves our community and goes and supports another family. So So that was a huge issue for me, and just excuse me, the experience in general. Like, everyone has that experience going to a beauty supply store, and it's not
Your folks.
your
Right.
yeah, it's just
Feel
not the
kind of
best
awkward.
experience. Right. Right.
Yeah,
You can't get the help you need.
like hurry up and buy.
Hurry,
Yes.
hurry up and buy.
Yes. So, just thinking about that, and uh just trying to change that. That's my main thing for my business. But um back to me personally, I've got three brothers. I've been pretty independent. My dad is my number one fan and supporter, so he's always encouraged me to be as independent as possible, and he's one of the main ones that encouraged me to pursue what I have now. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of my background, and a little bit about me personally. My favorite color is purple, if you can't tell. Um,
I thought that was weed smoke in the background on there, so we had to ask that off camera. And I literally, sorry, I'm in Cali. I just thought it was weed smoke in the back. So, but it's
no,
okay. She confirmed that it's not weed smoke. Now,
it
are you
is
saying
not.
that now that it's not weed smoke, or
No, it is. It's not. It's still not.
okay, all right, good job. Good
I
job.
got a quick question though for you. I mean, this is random. With your siblings, you say you have three brothers, right?
Yes.
So where do you fall in that hierarchy of the oldest? You're the youngest. You're in the
Uh-huh.
middle. Where do
Yes.
you fall in there?
I'll let you all guess. By the short time that you know me,
Oh shoot! Can I just throw a guess out there, Ken, or you want to
Go
go
ahead. Go
first?
ahead.
You're the baby.
yeah.
Mm,
Yep, I'm
So
the
she
you
got
baby.
know.
baby all over her. I can tell the
So
weed
you
be
know.
letting you know. It's the weed
See,
smoke in the background. That's what it is.
That
she's the
intuition.
baby, and she's daddy's girl on top of that.
Oh,
So,
oh,
oh yeah,
see,
oh yeah.
see
Yep.
the weed be letting you know. I
Yep.
knew it was the weed smoke in the background. We go.
This
I'm not about to play. Okay, but yes, I'm the baby. I'm the baby. They take good care of me, and they don't spoil me. There's a difference. They look
Wait.
out for me. I'm not spoiled. Far from it.
Oh Lord.
I say that right
Any
hand to God.
viewers that actually believe that, put an emoji in the
in the
comment
I
comments
section.
section.
promise.
Yeah.
I promise. No, they encourage me to work hard every
Right.
every day. Work hard for everything I have. So definitely support me as much as
Right.
possible, but um, no handouts for sure.
Right.
And I also have a quick question too about your background with
Yeah.
you in your professional life. We always ask the people that we have on, like, did you attend college? Or did you attend college for what you're doing, or no college?
I went to college for 2 years. And throughout college, I always had a job. But eventually it just didn't work. I was working two jobs. I went to school in Oklahoma for a year. I went to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa.
Okay. All right.
Went there for a year. Wasn't the experience that I was thinking it was going to be. So I went back home to Kansas City. And from there, I was working a full time job, had a part time job, and I was going to school full time. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I walked out of my last final and I cried because I'm like, I can't do this. This is
Right.
not for me. I can't, it's not that I can't do it. It just doesn't feel like it's
I
the
feel like it's
best.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
What made you in that moment say this isn't for me? Was that a lingering feeling? Like, was it there for a while, or did it just
mhm.
hit you at one moment? You're like, you know what, this ain't for me. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it hit pretty hard. I just was like, this is too much. I
Mm.
either focus on school or I work. And I liked what I gained working. So I was working retail, and I was working my way up the ladder pretty quick. So I was, imagine, starting a job at 16, 17 years old, and then you work up to management by the time you're 19. So that was my journey working in retail, and I felt more fulfilled working than I was sitting at a desk. So
And see, I like to ask that question too, because I want viewers, and especially our younger viewers, and maybe if some kids are watching this, that they have an understanding of not everybody is going to go to college. Not everybody is, they have to have a college degree in order to be successful. If you know what you want to do and you have a plan, then a lot of times you can put these things together. If you get the right resources and the right people in the right room, you can make things happen. So, people have to understand that, because like I said, I hear that constantly. Kids say, I want to go to college. I want to go to college, but that's not for everybody. And we don't even talk to a lot of these kids about the debt involved in college.
Yes. So that was one of the main reasons why I left ORU, because after my first year, I was like, I'm already in debt $30,000 for 1 year at this university. If I continue school, it's not going to be here, because I'm going to be the one paying for those student loans after I'm over, after I graduate. And I didn't want to start off my adult life like that. So, that financial aid wasn't kicking in enough for me to say. So
I completely understand that. So what made you get into beauty and hair care business as a whole? Like, is this something that, I know you talked about earlier, like not seeing enough of representation and things of that nature, but was it what was that seed that put that in your mind? Like from the very beginning, was it a visit to the beauty supply store yourself that made you think, hey, I could do this myself?
Yeah, it was one of those things you kind of, enough is enough. And then at the time, I had never stepped foot in a Black-owned beauty supply store. So I figured, with my experience in retail and all the training that I have running stores and managing people, I'm like, why not take those skills that I've learned elsewhere and do it for myself, and then do it in an industry that obviously needs it. So it wasn't something that I was born knowing that I wanted to do, but I've always had a love for retail, even though I got tired of it after a while. That's why I went to corporate.
Corporate job,
yeah, I got a corporate job, and then after that, I was like, okay, the desk thing isn't for me either. So let me go back. Let me go back out there. And if I do it, I'm going to do it for myself. If I go back, if I leave this desk, if I leave this 9 to 5 and these benefits, it's because, I'm doing something for myself.
Was there any encouragement from father, mother, brothers for you to get into this? Or was it just, you know what? I'm just going to do this. This is what I want to do. I'm sure there's a figuring out process, but was there any encouragement? Was there any of that from siblings or loved ones, or did you just jump into it?
I really just jumped into it, and my dad is like my sounding board. Even now, it's like I call him, like if I'm burnt out, I'm like, just tell me to go home, kind of like my boss. But it was one of those things where I didn't tell anyone. I would tell like my friends, like, I think I want to start a beauty supply store. It's something that I want to do. And I actually started off online. So I just kind of put it out there and telling people every now and then that I was doing it, just kind of, as a side gig. Yeah. So, and then once things hit the fan with COVID, I had this business plan written out, and I'm like, it's either I do it now or I wait until I'm retired from my corporate job. And so at that point, I just kind of, again, went back to my dad and was like, hey, I think this is what I want to do. And he just told me, make sure it's smart, make sure it's calculated, make sure you're not doing it. Because I wasn't in a very good place emotionally with my corporate job. So he made sure that you're not making this out of an emotional decision, and make sure that this is something that you truly have a plan for, and not just a jump.
Something you just throwing out there.
Right.
You seem like you had it together, because you put together a business plan that obviously you had to submit to be able to be fully functioning. Talk to us a little bit about the business plan that you put together. Was it strenuous? Was it did it was it nerve wracking, or was it like, you
Yeah.
know what, I can see this happening?
Yeah. Funny story. I actually went and got, one of those For Dummies books
Yeah.
and I read it cover to cover.
Right.
And it actually walked you through every step of the way. So I read how to write a business plan and then
Mhm.
did it, just copied it and did it based on the industry that I was trying to go into.
Right. Right.
So, and I did that. Like I said, I was sitting in my cubicle. I had a lot of downtime. So while I was, you know, doing nothing, I was working on this business plan, researching the industry, and uh, yeah, once I had it all planned out, I closed it and said I'll wait for the time.
Right. That's
Okay.
awesome.
So
That's awesome. So
yeah,
those books for dummies actually work.
yeah,
Y'all go
yeah,
get you a book for dummies. They
yes,
work.
They do.
yeah,
All right. So let's talk about, now that we're talking about the business plan, it's a good segue to talk about your actual business name and talk
yeah,
about the meaning behind that, so we can tell people, what your business name is again, and tell them, where it came from.
yeah. So inherited beauty. I was kind of thinking of something that spoke to natural beauty.
Hmm.
Oftentimes, we as Black women, uh, we're known for the extravagant, the
Right.
extra,
Right.
and um, I wanted to make sure that no matter what you wear, whether it's 22-inch weave, 30-inch weave, or if you wear your hair natural every day, you need to embrace who you are.
Okay.
And so that's where, I was thinking, what is a good word for that? And inherited was that, because we are just inherently beautiful people, if you
Right.
ask
Right.
me.
Right.
So Black
Right.
is
I
beautiful
like
all
that.
day. So so that's where that came from. Just, it's inherited. Our beauty is inherited and we should take care of that. So
That's
that's where the
awesome. I
name
like
came
that.
from.
I like that.
Okay, so the next step we're going to talk about is you started your actual business during the pandemic. So we
Mhm.
talked about that a little bit before the show, but that was interesting to me when I read through your story, because I'm like, not many people choose to start a business during the downtime, which they would figure a downtime would be like during the
Yeah.
pandemic. But I mean, do you feel like that made it easier for you to start or more difficult to accomplish during that time?
Um, for me, it was a window of opportunity. I the I was offered a package, so the entire company was offering packages for people to leave, and it was, I'll just be straight up and give you the details. So it was 6 months pay for me to leave, and then I got to keep, some other benefits. So I'm like, 6 months paid, my bills are paid, because that was the only thing that was stopping me from actually pursuing
Reaching
my
it,
business,
pursuing. Right.
because I got to pay my bills and I can't focus on my business full time if my bills aren't paid. So um, I was like, well, 6 months, bills taken care of. If I manage my finances well enough, then I can make this happen. And then if it doesn't work, who's to say I can't come back?
Right.
So that was the driving point for me. I'm like, okay, I got that concern is out of the way. Why not go for it? And again, the other thought, like I said earlier, was I either do it now or I wait until who knows when. So
Right.
Yeah. And I think that those two things, well, I know some people might have saw it early when you made the comment, well, I'll wait till I retire. And I was just like, I hear that a lot. And one of my mentors told me that earlier in my career about, waiting till you retire to do things. He
mhm,
used, for example, he was, I think, 65 at the time and he was getting ready to retire. He just bought a new Corvette. He's like, hey, I bought my dream car, but I'm too old to drive it like I want to. So why would you want to wait until you're
mhm,
65 to do anything? Like,
yeah,
Right.
you're young, go ahead and step out there and pursue your dreams. You know what I'm saying? If you have an opportunity, which you got presented with an opportunity, you have to take it. And people have to have enough confidence in themselves. And I think that's the
mhm,
biggest thing. People don't have that self confidence to step out there and understand that, hey, I can actually do this. And you
yeah,
had the resources and the opportunity allotted to you to go ahead and step out there, and you did it, and it's
Yeah.
paying dividends, and that's dope that you had the
Yeah.
opportunity to do that, and you actually, you know what I'm saying, had the wherewithal to actually step out there and do that. Because let's just be honest, people scary.
It's scary
Hey,
every
the
day.
pandemic
Every
pushed
day.
the pandemic pushed a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a term that says recessions are garage sales for the prepared. So you kind of look at it in a way like those doors, even though the pandemic came, there were things that were presented to us that we actually could thrive in, and those
Mm-hmm.
doors were open. So, in a way, the pandemic kind of pushed a lot of us to our goals and a lot to things that we wanted to do. So, would you agree with that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people, like a lot of people in my circle, the pandemic has been a blessing more than, you know, a,
Right.
a hindrance. There are a lot of things. People got to take a step back, got to slow down their lives to think like, is this truly what I want to do with my life? Is there opportunity for me to pivot and change the direction of where I'm going right now? So I think it was good for a
Right.
lot of people. And especially, I think the major thing was just slowing down life a little bit. And then you get to sit and think about the direction of where you want your life to go. So,
All right. All right. Good to hear these success stories. This is
yeah,
dope. I love hearing this.
And I
yeah.
think that's the opportune word that a lot of people use, and me and Benji talk about that all the time, is pivot. You know,
Right.
the pandemic forced you to pivot and
Right.
forced you to change your thoughts, and some people changed directions totally because of the opportunities that were presented to them. Because the pandemic forced us to have a seat.
Right.
So we
Yeah.
had
Literally.
time to
True.
sit and think and look at some things in another light and say, you know what, I don't really think I'm happy doing this. So let me start researching and looking at some other things, maybe some other avenues that might be more advantageous for me moving forward,
Mhm.
especially if you're young. You don't want to live the remainder of your adulthood, because I tell my kids all the time, you're going to be old for a long time. You're going to be a kid 18 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're gonna be paying bills for a long time, working
right,
Yeah.
for a long
right.
time. So
I hit 30 and everything changed. I'm like, I don't even wake up the same no more. Back hurting,
no.
shoulders hurting,
Right?
legs hurting, everything hurts. So
Yep.
Lord
So,
have mercy.
those changes came, and like I said, for a lot of people, the pandemic was a blessing, as you said earlier, and we're utilizing that to make some big things happen. So moving forward, and now that we're coming out of the pandemic, in
mhm.
stages, um, are you seeing a big change in your business? Are you seeing an uptick? Are you seeing more people? How's
um,
that working out for you?
actually, right now, I'm having to make changes. And one of the reasons why you saw me is because I'm reaching out to everybody that I can to bring in more business. And you really can't predict how things are going to happen no matter how much you try to plan for it. Businesses can change.
Right.
And I
Right.
think overall people are still recovering from COVID. So there are some struggles that I'm experiencing right now, but the only thing I can do is keep going.
Right.
And what I'm experiencing right now, I've had to tell myself and also confirm like what I'm dealing with isn't any different than any new business owner.
Right.
They always say that the first year, actually first 3 years, are
Is
probably
your
the
toughest
toughest
years. Yes.
for a business to come out of. So for me, it's just trying to get over those hurdles. Like, okay, I did it, and now I have to maintain it. So
Right.
I haven't seen an increase. Actually, when I first opened, I was like, things were booming. So I was very optimistic about everything. But then, things happened, business slowed down. I ran into things that I couldn't have ever predicted, like problems as far as managing the business. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be consistent, and I'm a one woman show. So
Right.
I run this
Right.
business completely by myself. And I think my biggest struggle right now is burnout. So anyone starting a business, make sure you take care of yourself.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
the first thing. You have to make sure that you get yourself on a schedule because I will work myself to death. So I'm trying to find some balance.
And I
But
think
I'm sure the joy of opening it up, that like that hits, and then you get into it, you get a year into it, 2 years into it, and then you're like, gosh, should I change this? Should I change that? Should
Yeah.
I do this? Should I do that? I've come to find out that it matters where you market and who you market to.
Yes.
It becomes very, very, very critical. I don't care if it's year one, year two. You always got to have like dope marketing strategies. Would you consider that? I mean, because we're on podcast and we're marketing you. So those are ideas, but would you consider that also something you thought about as well?
Yes, so I've been on social media pretty heavy. So, you know, doing the TikTok videos, I had to learn how to do that.
Right.
But TikTok, you know, Instagram, and I also reach out to influencers all the time. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see them all up and down the page. I tag them, and you know, I have an affiliate program as well. So that's another creative way. You know, I have customers that are kind of my walking billboards, and they advertise for me, and they get a little piece of the pie. So so yeah, those are just a few of the creative ways that I've found to advertise. And of course, Google is always a good one. But yeah, just trying to, you know, mainly that free advertising is what has been.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Get it out there, put it out there. Some friends will put it up for you. People will market it for you. People will support you. Yeah. So I think this is dope that, you know, even the platform we have, we're able to put people on and give them information and allow them to put that information out there. I think that's important. I really do.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you know, that's the website, people. We're going to have it in the comments and on our page. So if you're looking for her website, you can go there, you can shop. If you're in the Louisville area, if you happen to be rolling through there or around that area as well, Louisville, Texas, she has her location there. And we're going to get into that as well because we have some beautiful pictures of her location that we want to share with you. But hey, we just wanted to take this time right quick while we're on that to
heritagebeauty.com. Go
check it out. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. Just wait till after the show, but make note of that. And we're going to have everything for you on the page so you can go check it out because we want you to spend some money with her. So, you know what I'm saying? All right. So
open your pocketbooks. And give me all your money. Okay.
Yeah.
Reach in your pocketbooks and give me all.
You know, y'all need some edge control. I got you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Edge control, big time for those who have edges, and for those who don't have edges. I'm pretty sure she has some products.
I got some regrowth oil.
Come on back.
Regrowth oil? Okay. All right. So you get rid of bald. You helping brothers with bald spots. You helping ladies with bald spots. What's the deal?
Yes, all of it. So if you want to grow your hair back, I've got some really good oils. And one major thing that that I highlight Black-owned businesses. So that's I'm not just, you know, your standard beauty supply store. I go out and scout for beauty supply or beauty products made by us. And most of the time they're natural, you know, made for us, by us. So, you know, it minimizes the amount of chemicals and parabens and sulfates. So I really focus on making sure that I carry high quality products and support other Black-owned businesses too. So that's what makes Inherited Beauty special. So.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring you something breaking news. I just made it up. Me and Benji are gonna create our own oil. We call it the Ben and Ken Beard and Ball Oil. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. It's gonna be fire. You put it on your head, you put it on your beard. It's gonna hook y'all up, and we're gonna.
I got a couple patches right here, so we're gonna make sure we're gonna show y'all that the patches gonna leave. See, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this product out there.
Okay, I'll be looking out for it.
He got a little Anthony Hamilton. See, he's follicles over here.
Got the struggle beard.
I'm follicle challenged up here, so you know what I'm saying. We're gonna hook that up.
Okay,
even if it come through in sections, it's still love, right?
Exactly.
Okay, make it work.
Now I got a little bit of hair on here, right? A little bit of curls, whatever. You got something for the brothers, you know, like I use aloe. It talk to
Uh-huh.
us about brothers who need a little bit of love in their hair because we do. You
Okay.
got stuff for brothers. I know you got stuff for the ladies. Do you
I
got stuff
do.
for the brothers?
I
Because
do.
some of us
I
be on
do.
struggle.
So, number one, my rule is first and foremost, use water on your hair if you don't.
Okay.
So, if you don't use that, but I do have a couple of brands. I have a wonderful beard brand or beard line. It's
Okay.
by a local gentleman here in Texas,
Okay.
and I carry his line. It's Debonair. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but
We
you
heard
definitely
of
have
it
to check it.
now. Yeah.
Yes. And he's one of my number one sellers. So beard, shampoo, oils, butter, balm, all of that. And then I do carry like your shavers. So and trimmers, the liners that barbers are looking for. So and I'm actually trying to expand my men's care because I understand that that's a need. Y'all don't
Right.
have too many places to go to that you can walk in and know
They be
exactly
leaving
what.
us out. They be wanting us to
Yeah.
struggle out here, want us to look good,
Yes.
and then don't provide nothing for the brothers. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Be a struggle. Come on now. You know
Yes.
what I'm
Yes.
saying?
I have a section for men, so you know exactly where to come into. That's your section. And I'm slowly expanding my selection for my gentlemen out there. So I've got your beard, face scrubs, even. I've got a nice pre-shave scrub. And just standard leave-in conditioners that are made by some master barbers as well. So
Talk
so
about
yeah.
that. Hold on. Talk about the importance of that because I want the
Yeah.
fellas to hear that from a woman. How
Mhm.
Right.
important it is for the guys to moisturize and take care of their skin and take care of
Yes.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Cannot be bumpy out here.
No, no. Just like y'all like us to be all soft, we like that too.
I mean, I don't know about
we
soft.
don't, but like we
I
don't
don't
want
know
y'all to
about the
be
brothers
rough.
being soft. I mean, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to be like exfoliate, you know?
Right.
ashy knuckles and earlobes is not popping.
No,
You
not
got to
at
make sure you
all.
got the baby soft skin. You got to be all right.
Yes,
All right.
yes. And moisturize
Right.
the beard because we don't want that scruff and we don't want it
Yeah.
to be feeling rough.
You gotta have a little see this. So you gotta have a little hang
Yeah.
time. You gotta have a little
You got
body
some
to it. You gotta have a little body to it. It's soft. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I tried to get a little hang time. My
Uh-huh.
skin just won't allow it. So I got to exfoliate. You get what I'm saying? Like I got to keep the hair at a minimum because once them bumps start coming in,
Yes.
like I get too self-conscious. So brother got to keep it right. So you got
Yes.
stuff for the sensitive skin brothers, right?
I do. I have some nice tea tree oil that's anti the post shave, bump free. I've got I've got quite a few things for aftershave. So yeah, definitely check me out.
Got you.
Got you.
All right.
Just want a facial every once in a
Inheritedbeauty.com.
while. It never hurts.
Put that back up there, Ken, so they can see that.
Yeah.
Inherited
Yes, I have
Beauty.
Code.
IB code for
There you go.
men.
Get that.
IB code for men and barbers. If you go to my website, you'll see it, and it's a whole section on my website dedicated to men.
Awesome.
Dope.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about that, I pulled some pictures just to show you all. So when you go to her store in Louisville, Texas, you can kind of see what it's going to look like before you even get there. So I'm going to flash these pictures up and she can kind of talk about them as I flash them up if she feels the need to, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the front entrance. This is what you're going to see when you walk up.
Love it.
308.
This is when I first got started, so it's a little bit different now. So
okay. So she done upgraded on y'all.
Yeah, I did.
Upgraded.
Nice.
All right. So we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this.
Yeah, we got to switch it up. It's nothing wrong with a little lace front. It's okay.
I mean, we're gonna talk about it though. We're gonna talk about
it. You know what? I don't have an issue with these. I did before. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I had an issue because I don't have an issue with the lace front. I have an issue with the application of the lace front when it's not done right and it looks raggedy.
Got you.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I think if the ladies, when the ladies do it and they do it right, it's
Mm-hmm.
popping because on the low, like if you got one girl, but you like want to have multiple girls, and you just want to have one girl though,
Yeah.
you can get your girl to keep changing her hairstyle, and she can be different girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
just
the
saying.
whole point. You know, different wigs, you get new wig, new mood.
I'm
So
just saying. So
New wig, new mood. Okay.
yes.
All
I'm just
right.
saying.
I never heard that one before. New wig,
Yeah,
new
it's all a
mood. Okay.
vibe. It's all a vibe.
Yeah. So I mean, she's got plenty of products. She's got, I'm pretty sure, all the products that you all go to these other beauty supply stores and spend your
Hmm.
money on. And like she said, she seeks out black owned businesses, of course, to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that they're in her store as well.
Yes.
But like I said, my thing is I want to be educated quickly on the wigs and the weaves, right? Okay, so
Yes.
earlier you said 22, 30. I always say, what's my saying? Oh yeah, she want that 27-inch yaki. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be saying some stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. So
Not
talk
the
to us
yaki.
about
Not
talk
the.
talk to us about weaves and, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Like I
Mhm.
know that's big business. And I
Yes.
always hear about bundles. So can you
Yes.
talk to us a little bit about the weave and the wig business?
Yeah, I mean, I will go ahead and disclose I'm not a professional when it comes to bundles and weaves and wigs, but I do know the biggest seller for me are the Brazilian bundles, Brazilian and Malaysian, and also closures. So those are the lace front closures. And right now, I mean, if you go anywhere, there's probably going to be, you know, anywhere from 10 inches to 22, maybe 30 inches. But most women go for the longer, the better. So,
And see, that's my issue.
Jeez.
You said
Want
it's
to
a
feel? Is it the wanting to feel exotic feel? Like, is it the women who want to fling their hair?
I
Is
mean,
that the thing?
we
What
are
is it?
already.
What
Like
would you
I said,
say it is?
I think it just adds an extra level of confidence. Like there's
Okay.
nothing with adding a little bit extra. And you know, at the end of the day, it's whatever makes you feel beautiful. So I don't think it's anything as far as, you know, not loving who you are. Because oftentimes
Right.
that's what you hear. Black women don't love who they are, so they wear, you know, another person's hair. No, that's
New
not what it is.
wig, new mood. That's
Right,
just a different
exactly.
mood. Right.
And also, it's a really good way to protect your hair. So, our hair is special, takes a lot of
protective styles.
TLC.
Yep, I
Yes,
heard that.
you know,
Okay. All right.
you
That's a
know.
great tip. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you keep your hair braided down and then wear somebody else's and then still look fly.
So
So,
that's when we see the women with the set it off braids, and then they put the little cap thing on, then they boom, boom,
yes, yes.
weave.
So,
Now I
do
saw a
not,
video. Now I saw a video where the woman put the little cappy thing on and
uh-huh.
she glued it on. Is that
Yes,
right? Like
yes,
they glued the little joint on and
uh-huh.
then they put the joint on their head. Like,
Yes,
is that right?
yes, that is perfect because it protects your hair. So,
Okay.
and it also gives for a flawless application and it makes it look as realistic as possible. So that way you don't have that unattractive application issue that you were talking about
Yeah,
earlier.
cause see,
Now
So,
she
that
said,
cap protects the top of the hair, right? So when they put that on, that keeps it from messing up their hair on top, and
yeah,
then they
no,
put
it
the
covers
wig on.
the entire, it's almost like a bald cap. So
Okay.
you braid your hair down, put the wig cap on, secure it, and then you put that wig over it.
Oh, so that's like a do rag that's like a do rag. Okay,
Sure.
I
it's a
got
do
you.
rag
I
with some
got
tape on that thing, then you
you.
just
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
Keep the hair legit. Okay, see,
But
this is
see,
Yep. Yep.
education. We
but see,
educating y'all.
see
You're
here,
talking to two men right now who kind of
Yeah.
don't
And
know
I would
all of
say
the dynamics.
don't ever mistake a wig for a woman not having hair because you never know, she might have inches of hair.
nah, yeah, that's true. That's
Okay,
So
true.
she might have
right.
inches.
Or she could be transitioning. I big chop not too long ago, cut all my hair off and started over. So it could
Okay,
just be a choice.
Yeah,
okay,
that's,
So
okay.
I mean, that's true too. My only problem was, like I said earlier, with you said it's called a closure, right?
yes.
Some people's closure be open, and that's the problem.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Because it don't be. I'd be like, whoa, what is?
Okay, is that them trying to do it on their own? Because I don't tell
I
me you went to a
mean,
beautician and
no,
she left you
if
with
you
some
do
openage.
if you have a professional do it, it should be laid for a
Okay,
while.
They learn how to do
But
their
depending
closes
on
on
how
TikTok.
active the girl is,
Oh, TikTok key. We gonna put this on. Okay, girl, we gonna try this. We gonna try this on our own.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I need to see that if y'all try this. But no, yeah, I mean, sometimes it'll last long. But just depending on how active the girl is or the woman is, it could lift after a workout. She could just be very active.
Hold on,
Who
Ben.
doesn't adhere very
Hold
well.
on.
Hold on.
I I got a question.
Hold
I
on,
Okay.
got
hold
a
on, hold
question.
on. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
Now, let me tell y'all, ladies, get the lace front done correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be looking like the 1970s Chinese movies that used to come out with. They had the lace fronts back in the day, and
Right.
then those was terrible. Like if you look at the kung fu movies, that's what they had on their head, and they had the same problem. Don't do that.
Mhm.
Don't go to TikTok and find out how to do your lace front and do your closure.
Hey, but practice
Go,
makes perfect.
yeah,
It saves
go
you a
do
lot
it
of
right.
money, though.
Practice, like she said, practice. Don't do the first
Don't just
time and
wing
then
it.
go
Okay.
out on the date
Right.
because
Right.
just you
Right.
get some practice in. All right, Benji, my bad. Go
Okay.
ahead, bro.
If her weave stank,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, end
okay,
it.
hold on,
We're done.
because I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, if the weave stank, is it because it's not washable, or she just didn't wash it? Because you can condition them, right? Like, look, you talking to a man. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like,
Yes.
I see the hair. You may see the hair on the dresser, but I don't know. Is it washable? Like,
Mhm.
like, are they
Yes.
all washable? Can you literally, like, like the Barbie doll? Can you take the hair off? Can you literally wash it and comb it? Like, so if
Yes.
it smell like old day green juice, like, is it like, what's the deal with
Okay,
that?
I'll,
Like,
I'll tell you a
talk to
couple
us. You're
things.
talking to a brother, because I don't want to
I'll
be
tell you. I'll
insensitive.
tell you one of two things. Okay, so first and foremost, the bundles could have just been trash to begin with. So sometimes when you get bundles imported, they can have an odor to them.
Okay.
So, and sometimes you just can't get that odor out. And a lot of things that you run into with beauty supply stores or just buying bundles in general, they don't let you take them back. So you
Oh,
bought
it's
them,
like
you drop
you
that
bought them,
cash,
it's yours.
you got to keep them. And sometimes that smell just
It
can't,
won't come out.
it just won't come out. So yes, they may wash them beforehand, but sometimes
So we just got to deal with it smelling like train
that
smoke.
smell is just there because it's human hair. So that could be one thing, but
Right.
it's not always because she dirty. So,
Right. No, no, no.
but
Not her. I'm just saying, like, because, if you, nothing. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah. So
yeah.
thank you for that
Stop while you
information.
ahead, Benji. It's okay.
Wash,
I think we
wash your
have enough.
bundles. Wash
I
your
think we
bundles.
have enough weave information. You know what I'm saying, to move forward and at least know the basics. So I got one more question to kind of ask that I want to talk about before we get before we start wrapping up is I want to know about the advantages and disadvantages of you say you started out initially online and now you have brick and mortar. So like can you talk to us briefly about the differences between the two and how they work hand in hand or how they're
Mhm.
totally separate? So how does that work out for you?
So starting off online, for me, when I started, of course, the pandemic was not a thing. So people were still going, to the standard beauty supply stores, their local beauty supply store, and that's not common. You don't see a beauty supply store online. You go to the store that's down the street and you get your stuff same day. So starting off for me, it wasn't a viable business because that's not what people were looking for, and plus that's not what we're used to in the industry anyway. Um, so that's where I'm like, okay, I need to go ahead and get back into the traditional beauty supply store and open up the brick and mortar location to expand my business. But then the online option is just going to be an added level to that so that way I can reach a bigger audience. So I've almost reached all 50 states, including Hawaii. So I'm
Awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
pretty proud of that accomplishment because it's not common that you see an online beauty supply store that carries and caters to Black women. So,
Right.
so yeah, that's kind of how, for me, the brick and mortar was just an
Another step, right?
another step. Yeah.
Now, in the area that you're in,
Mhm.
how many would you say within your proximity? How many Black owned beauty supply places are close to you or in proximity? Do you kind of stand alone, or are there
Mhm.
several that you're in competition with? And do
Mhm.
they work with you if that's even something that's there?
Yeah, I think the Black owned beauty supply industry, we're pretty close knit. We are aware of each other. And I wouldn't say that there's any competition with it because
Mhm.
we're all kind of in the same mission.
Right.
The thing is that we need to take back the industry for ourselves.
Okay.
So that's the main thing. And I don't, if I don't have something, my customers will ask me, "Do you know the next closest Black owned beauty supply store?" And I will send them there. And the next one is about 20 minutes away from me. So yeah, we're pretty spread apart.
Mhm.
And I actually was a part of a beauty supply boot camp where I got to network with a lot of other Black owned beauty supply store owners and bouncing ideas off of each other. Um, so yeah, I think if you do step foot in a Black owned beauty supply store, they're pretty aware of several others in the area,
Right.
especially if they don't have what you need. So,
Right.
So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
okay, so we were talking before the show, and you were telling us about a big event you have coming up on Black Friday, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
So,
can you talk to the people a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I'm actually doing a beauty expo. So this is my first event. This is just a way to again support other Black owned businesses. So anything beauty related, I still have spots open for vendors if you would like to participate. But I'm going to open up my doors Black Friday. It's obviously one of the biggest shopping days of the year. And, just showcase any Black owned beauty brands that are out there. So, I want everybody to come out, support the vendors that do set up here. And also, I might throw some deals on some products in the store.
That's
So,
awesome. I'd
so
love
yeah.
to get in with you on that and get some. I know time, gotta get time short. I'd love to get my wine products out to you so that
Yes.
you can also advertise that on there and be like, hey, you know what? Come wine tasting and
Yeah,
so forth. So
absolutely.
I'd love to be one of your vendors and get in with you on that. I think that'd be
Okay.
great. I think that'd be great. I love Texas. That's my
Wine's always
hometown.
good.
So I'm always trying to support businesses and stuff like that and get some exposure for mine as well. So
Yeah,
I'd love to collab with you on that. And anytime you say wine, the ladies gonna come out. So
absolutely. So we'll
Y'all
have
can put
wine
together.
tasting. I also have food as well. One of my good friends is a chef, so we'll have some food. We'll have some wine now, drinks and everything. So we'll have a good time up here. So I definitely hope to
we'll
see as
we'll
many
put it
people as
together.
possible.
We look forward to it. Look forward to
Yes.
it.
Listen,
I got to get my behind down there to Texas and start messing with a bunch of y'all back that way. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
listen. I'm a marketing guru. This is what I do, people. So what I'm gonna put together is an event when Benji come. We're gonna call it Wine and Weave. We're gonna call it Wine and Weave. We're
Yes.
gonna
Wine
have
and weed.
wine, and we're gonna have bundles in that thing. Y'all can come get your
Yes.
bottles of wine. Y'all can come get you some bundles. Y'all can come check it
I
out.
like it.
It's gonna be loud. I'm telling you, I come up with this stuff. Oh man,
And
I'm just
yeah, y'all be on
Hey.
the lookout. I got a blunt and brunch coming up too, so
Oh,
don't trip. We got a lot of things we're working on. See, it's the
uh,
weed smoke in the
hold,
background. I
hold
already
right.
on,
told you
Hey,
that. I already
hold
told you
on.
that.
He in
it'll be good
California,
to
y'all, so he ain't in Texas. So he come out here with the blunts, and it might be a different turnout for you, boy. So
right.
I mean, we have all y'all high.
say the weed will have you high, but her prices are low.
Yes, there you go. That's true.
There you
That's
I
go.
true.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Okay. So are you working on any other projects or any other businesses, any other additions to what you're doing? Are you working on anything just, new that you could talk about?
Well, I actually have my own cosmetic line. So I have
Mm.
an extension of Inherited Beauty, and this is kind of hinting at what I want my company to actually become. I like to think I want to be the Black Sephora, but you know, if your goals ain't big, what good are they, right?
Right.
So I have a cosmetic line. It's mainly focusing on natural, again, trying to be as natural as possible. So I have lip care, lip gloss, lipstick, and actually some nice brow products. So if you need to add a little bit to your brows, I got that too. And it's all vegan.
You got brows too, Nick?
Well, you know, it's a brow gel. So as
Okay,
opposed to
okay.
using, it's a tinted brow gel. So that way you can add a little bit more depth to your eyebrows. But
Yeah,
it won't
niggas
look
stop
paint
cutting them
on.
off.
Yeah. Yes.
Cut them off and draw them back on.
Yes.
I mean, she got everything you need. So no way should you be out here looking, you know, not put together, not
exactly.
hooked up. InheritedBeauty.com.
Look as natural, as extra as
Go
you
check
want to
her
be,
out.
and be fabulous.
Go be fab. Get your eyebrows done. Get your wig. Get that little cap on your head. You know what I'm talking about? Braid it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get that. I'm sure she got some conditioner in there. You can cut that wig and hook that up.
I've got some deep
See, we
conditioners.
learned a lot on this. I learned a lot on this because I didn't know that the wig
Good.
stinks sometimes. It's like just natural.
Yes, you can buy them and they don't smell good.
See,
So
I didn't know that. See,
All
so I
right.
will stop judging stanky wigs. I didn't know.
Wow.
I didn't know. I know now. I know.
All right.
It ain't her. You know, it just, you know, it's just a possibility. See,
just poor selection. That's all.
You
That's all.
educating us.
All right, Crystal, is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with? Anything inspirational, motivational, any advice that you can give them?
Let's see. I mean, I said it before. Anybody that's wanting to start a business, you know, go for it. If it's on your heart, especially if it's been inside you for a minute and you're like, I need to do this, execute it, go for it. One thing I had to learn, it cannot be perfect. If you wait for perfection, you're never going to do it. So I started, you know, open my doors and I'm like, well, I don't have a sign on the building and I don't have, you know, fully stocked shelves, but people still came through and supported me because they believed in me. So you just have to go for it. It's not going to be perfect. You'll learn along the way and it'll get to where you want to be because that's how you learn. That's how you develop your business. So don't wait for perfection.
Awesome. That's
dope. Y'all make sure y'all go to the website, inheritedbeautyco.com. That's inheritedbeautyco.com. If you're in Louisville or if you're in Louisville area, hit that Google Maps, look up Inherited Beauty. Yes. It'll tell you right where to go. It'll lead you right to her front door. And when you get there, she's gonna take care of you. She got all the products you need. So you can set you can have you set it off under the set it off. You know what I'm saying? So you can set it off when you go out.
Right.
So before we
glue
get
that thing, glue that joint on properly though.
We done. We got it. Make sure the lace is laid.
Make sure. Yeah, we don't. You know.
So we appreciate
because you know a little tug. You know what I'm saying might happen. You know when you're messing with people, you might pull that, and it.
All right, y'all.
I'm just saying it might happen. You know.
We appreciate Miss Chris for joining us. Hopefully we can have her back and update on her business. And y'all also know that we have different guests come when we have different topics. So maybe we can talk Crystal into coming on here and talking about something else. You know, we're gonna talk to her about that. So Benji, talk to the people, let them know what you want to know, you know, before they get up out of here, so we can let them give them, you know, the rest of their night back, man.
Man, well, first, Crystal, thank you for coming on. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. We really appreciate that. I'm going to go on your site and hopefully, you know, brother get a couple, you know, little things for his hair and the little patches I got, and we'll make it work. But as always, man, you can find me, Benji Banks, man. I'm working on my brand. Pretty soon, you'll be able to do everything through me. Get your home loan, get your wine, get your T-shirts, get your jumpsuits. Might even, I ain't gonna say that online. I was gonna say something, but
Be careful. Be careful.
I got to be careful. Right. So, but we're just making everything happen. You can follow me, Benji Banks. You can find me on my IG, BRB4701. I mean, we creating our brand and we're making things happen. So I encourage you to come follow me because the price is going to go up.
Already.
Remember, I told you that.
Yep.
Y'all
It's
already
today's
know.
price.
Yes.
It's not today's price.
Not today's price.
Y'all already know. Y'all can find me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. Y'all can follow the 5 Session Podcast on IG, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Some of you all are looking at it on YouTube right now. We appreciate you all as well. Y'all already know y'all can tune in every week. We got something different coming to you. Sometimes we have people on, we have guests, we have 5 friends on talking about topics. Sometimes it's just me and Benji on here acting a fool. Right. So tune in each week to see what you're gonna get because you never know what's gonna be happening. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, the website inheritedbeautyco.com. Go check it out. Go buy something because y'all complain about not having businesses that belong to us. She's got one. Let's make sure we do our due diligence and support it.
Yes.
Reach in your pocketbooks and give her all your money. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And Instagram at Inherited Beauty Co. So just like the website at Inherited Beauty Co. Give me a follow. I share some really good hair care tips too. So
let me find
some of y'all need them tips. Some of y'all need them tips for real. Yes. So go do that now.
I'm about to look you up right now at Inherited Beauty
Co. Yep. So just like the website.
Founder. See?
Wow, there we go.
It don't take long to find her. Go on IG. We got her right on there already. I don't know if y'all can see that. Go in there and find it real quick. It's easy, man. It's quick.
Go do it now.
Go follow your girl. Go support her. Go support.
As always, we appreciate, our guests for coming. Crystal Franklin, Inherited Beauty Company. Y'all go check her out, buy something, follow her, support her. Y'all come holler at the 5 Session next week. We're going to have something wild for you. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tune in, follow the pages as well so you can keep up with everything we got going on. Y'all have a great week. Y'all already know it's fire. Peace.
Deuces.